What is foreign direct investment, or we can call it FDI? There are talks in the business world about FDI entering a particular country, and there in the recent years we have also had talks about FDI in retail entering in India. So what exactly is foreign direct investment? I will talk about that in this video. Hi guys, my name is Himanshu Bansal and you are watching my channel. Now you see, I will not go into bookish language. I will not be giving you any bookish terms in this video. I will be just explaining the actual meaning of foreign direct investment in simple layman language, so that a person who is not from a marketing background or who is not from a management or business background can easily understand what exactly is FDI. FDI is simply when a company is investing money directly to another country. Like for example, we have Maruti Suzuki in India. So Suzuki is a Japanese company. It came to India and it had a joint venture with Maruti. So that is a Japanese company investing money in India. So through joint ventures. Hero Honda was also a joint venture which also had which is another example of FDI. Now FDI can happen in the form of joint ventures. It can happen in the form of say companies fully coming in India. Like for example, we recently had an IKEA showroom opened up here in India in the city of Hyderabad. IKEA is a brand from Sweden, a furniture brand very well known and very popular in the whole world. So IKEA investing money in India, in opening up their stores in India is investment, and that is what is FDI. When a foreign company is investing money into our country, that is FDI. And there are two types of FDIs. One is inward FDI, one is outward FDI. Inward FDI is when a company from outside India is investing money here, for example IKEA. And if a company from India is investing money outside, then it is outward FDI. Like you can say the Tata Group or Reliance Group, they have some companies abroad where they invest money. So that is outward FDI. Now there are some advantages and disadvantages of FDI which I would like to discuss in this video. First, coming on to the advantages. What are the advantages of FDI? The first thing is global exposure. A country which is not a part of this globalized world cannot excel, cannot develop with that rapid pace. So it is hence very important that a country exchanges ideas and innovations with other countries as well. Now if suppose there is something which is happening in Japan and a Japanese company is investing money here, they are bringing their own expertise, their technology, their knowledge to our country, and that will help people of India to have that global exposure. So that is one of the main advantages of FDI. The second advantage is exchange of technology. When Suzuki came to India, it brought the Japanese technology. So the technology which is available here got amalgamated with the Japanese technology, and we had an exchange of technologies, and then we developed the product Maruti Suzuki. So this was something that we have, what has been innovated in Japan has come to India, and it is benefiting people of India. Another advantage of FDI is increase in profitability. What do I mean by increase in profitability? Now increase in profitability can happen when you have a brand name attached with you, when you have a foreign company which is backing you, when you have a foreign company which is investing money in you. Now those companies who have joint ventures or mergers and acquisitions with foreign companies, these things also help in increasing the profitability of those companies. Now Hero Honda was also one such joint venture which attracted FDI in India, and Hero Honda thrived like anything. It is one of the best two-wheeler companies in India. So FDI, which comes here in the form of joint ventures or in the form of mergers, acquisitions and all those things, help in increasing the profitability of the local companies, of the company with which it is tying up. Next advantage of FDI can be increase in foreign remittances. A country's currency is compared with the US dollar, and daily rates get fluctuated according to the import and exports and the dollars which a company is receiving in the form of investments, in the form of in the form of exports from other countries. So a country's economic development depends a lot on the foreign remittances which it is getting, foreign dollars which it is getting. Now if a company is investing money in India, it is bringing foreign money into India. So what it does is it strengthens the rupee in India. It strengthens the local currency. Similarly, if a Chinese company is investing in Africa, it will increase the foreign remittances in that country. The next advantage of FDI, I think, is economic development. The economy cannot develop on its own. It needs technology from abroad, it needs remittances from abroad, it needs foreign currency, it needs foreign exposure, it needs global exposure in all its things. It cannot happen that, yes, you can focus more on your local and domestic industries, but you cannot solely depend on them. You have to have some foreign exposure, some foreign companies also operating in your country, because MNCs are also job providers. They also help in increasing jobs, which brings me on to the next advantage of FDI, and that is job creation. When an international company comes to India, like IKEA opened its stores in India. So IKEA, when it is opening its stores, it is creating employment, it is giving employment to so many people. So increase in employment will help us in developing our country and in bringing many people from lower middle class to middle class. Now these were some of the advantages of FDI. Now there are some disadvantages of FDI as well. The first, which I think, is the local and domestic industries might get affected, because you see, if suppose a company like IKEA or if a company from China comes to India and opens up their stores out here, or start selling their branded clothes or branded electronics out here. So if they become famous, they will impact the local and domestic businesses here. To give you an example, Chinese imports in India are so high, as far whether it is clothing, whether it is furniture, whether it is electronics and all those things, that the local businesses here in India gets affected a lot. A lot of factories in North India, a lot of factories in South India have shut down just because of Chinese products entering the Indian market. Now I am not criticizing Chinese companies coming to India, but the thing is, Chinese companies coming to India is also FDI. So this is one disadvantage of FDI, that it can sometimes eat away your own domestic economy which is there. The strategy for any government should be that the main focus is on local and domestic businesses, and then they have a small part of the foreign companies, foreign MNCs which are coming into our country. The second disadvantage is profit being taken away from the country. Now, foreign companies, say for example Coca-Cola, Pepsi, McDonald's and all these companies, Amazon, all these are US companies. Whatever profit they earn here, they take back to their own country. The profit is being taken back to their own country. It is not kept here. It may be reinvested in Indian operations, but mostly it is taken back to their own country. But when there is an Indian brand which is earning profit, the money is in the country itself. It is not going anywhere. To give you an example, the brand Patanjali has grown a lot in India, and whatever profit is earned by Patanjali is in India itself. And Patanjali is giving good competition to Colgate, Palmolive and P&G. Now these are foreign companies. They are taking away the profits to their home country, but all the profits earned by Patanjali is in India itself. Another disadvantage of FDI, which I think, is over dependence on a foreign country. Now I will not take any names, but there are some countries in Africa and Asia. What they have done is they are over dependent on Chinese investments, over dependent on FDI from China. So what happens is that their local and domestic businesses are not thriving as much as Chinese businesses are doing there. So all their local population are also involved with those Chinese companies, and all their local businesses are also forced either to shut down or either to tie up with Chinese investors or Chinese businesses. The dangerous thing in this is that suppose if China cuts off its investment, suppose if China takes away all its policies and cuts off all the investments, all the imports to these countries, cuts off all the FDI in these countries. How will these countries survive? Every country must have some local and domestic businesses which can help them in surviving. Obviously, FDI is necessary, but to a certain extent. Not that you become totally over dependent on FDI. You need to have local businesses as well, which can help you in a situation where you are not receiving any FDI. Hence, over dependence is something which all the countries must avoid. FDI is important, but not that you do not become independent. Every country must be independent. Every country must have local businesses. Every country must have their own trade practices, their own trading partners. But sometimes countries get over dependent when it comes to FDI. So guys, these were some of the advantages and disadvantages of FDI. Now if there is anything else that you wish to add, please feel free to comment down below, and if you like this video, share it with your friends, share it with your family, and also subscribe to this channel for more of this content. Thank you for watching the video and have a nice day.